So with our lovely Miss Z, I wanted to also work on a few more things that I think would be really helpful for her for some of that sensitivity and overexcitement / reactivity that she's dealing with. So I know we discussed a little bit with that front position, working the U-turns, doing the find its. Ziva, ready? She's like, no, I just really wanted to play some more. Well, maybe we'll have to put Mr. Flirt Pole away. So when it comes to our lovely lady, I want to go ahead and work a little bit with the watch that or look at that game. So that one, for example, is one of the pattern games that is on the Word document. So there are several pattern games that I highly recommend. So the Control Unleashed program is a really great option. They have some great videos, so like DVDs, and they also have, obviously on YouTube, there's some great videos available. But then as well, it is a really awesome book, and they have one specifically when you're dealing with overarousal or reactivity. So that would be something I would highly recommend checking out. Of course, my little wild woman says she would like to come practice. So with our lovely Ms. Z, you can see that she's getting much more fluid with the noises and distractions in the classroom. So you would, for the watch that or look at that game, if you have look or watch be for eyes up here, you want to pick a different slogan for looking at an item. So my slogan for eyes, of course, was look. So I wouldn't want to say that word with this. You want to pick something that's different. So I'm not exactly sure which words she's been using, but if again, she's using a different slogan for eyes up here, I want to make sure, let me know if I'm by accident using the wrong word for her. So I would have the item behind my back. I'm going to have my food ready. And what I'm going to look for her to do is when I poke out the item, she glances at it and I go, yes, and feed her on the opposite side of the cone. If the cone was spooky, I wouldn't use the cone, but instead use another inanimate object. She's just watching the puppy over there for a minute, so I'm just going to feed her for that. So this would eventually start off with something that's benign and non-threatening or spooky. If you went right into, okay, stranger danger or novel dog or tractor or whatever it might be, and that's really hard for your babe, then your pup is going to start to think that every time I do the watch that or look at that game, it's going to equal here comes the danger again. So I'm going to go ahead and go watch that, yes, and feed her for that. Oh, okay, no worries. I'll be over in just a second, Ebba, okay? So again, watch that. Yes. So you can either feed directly at her or off to the side. So that way she has a chance to get up. So again, ready? Watch that. Yes. So in the beginning, it starts off behind your back, but you could then place this eventually on a stationary target. Like let's say, for example, chewing is optional, an end table, your couch, on the floor could be an option, but I think a lot of times they might go and explore the item and we don't want it to turn into a touch where she targets the thing and uses her nose to boop it. So again, watch that. Yes. And again, we're feeding for when she does gaze as it, we're going to mark that behavior. So again, watch that. Yes. So right now it's paired with something that's benign and not scary, but we will eventually pair it with sometimes watching that thing. So let's say, for example, you have a moment where maybe you're too slow to throw out that's the cue word, which would be watch that or look at that. You could, for example, just simply go yes, and then feed her when sometimes she is watching something. So right there I go, yes. And then I'm going to feed her for that because she gazed over at the little puppy and she's watching also my little 4-year-old human. So right here, we might go, yes, Ziva. So right there, as she did a little moment for watching, I want to make sure that if she does get a little lost in a moment, I don't want her to get stuck for longer than 1 to 3 seconds. If you let it go longer than that, that's typically where behavior starts to build and it tends to either escalate or get overwhelming or noisy or flustering. So again, we're going to go into a little watch that. Yes. Ready? Watch that. Yes. Nice. So if let's say she doesn't do it because now she's just locking. Yes. Okay, I'll come help you. So we'll do a quick little find it. So we'll come back to this in a little bit. But